to Mexico City, and I am so excited to show Gavin around. This is where my family is from. So first things first, my cousin took us to Madre Cafe, and it was beautiful, fully decorated for Dia de los Muertos. And of course we had to get our chilaquiles. This was our first meal. But after breakfast, we went back to my cousin's place, dropped off our stuff, refreshed, and walked around. We wanted to stop at Jennis Quesadillas. We heard great reviews, but we really just spent our first day walking, eating, and really just taking in where we are. The best part about Mexico City is just all the gems you're gonna find. As we were walking, we found this bookstore that I had to stop in and just take a look at all the literature. But the best part about being in Mexico City for Dia de los Muertos is all of the flowers and all of the decorations. It was beautiful. We did work up an appetite and we did stop at Tacos de Valle, which was incredible. Sometimes I'm not sure about the TikTok spots, but this place was an absolute hit, and we talk about it till this day. We ordered these tacos and it came with bone marrow. My first time trying bone marrow, and it was delicious. After tacos, we went back to my cousin's house and we wanted to just relax before dinner. And we went to this restaurant, which was incredible, my cousin's favorite, and he highly recommended. So we came and we got the works. I love espresso martinis, but carajillos are a whole other experience, and so was this cake. But carajillos was my first time having it during this trip in Mexico City, and I was obsessed. The food here was delicious. The whole experience was such a vibe, and I can see why my cousin loves it, and I highly recommend checking it out. Day 2 in Mexico City. We woke up and we're just so excited to have a full day here with lots to see, do, and eat. This is Mel, the cutest little hairless cat. I was a little afraid of him, but he feels like a little peach and he was just the sweetest. For breakfast, we headed out to a restaurant that my cousin recommended, Touló Cafe, and it's a French restaurant, and we did take Uber, which Uber in Mexico City is really inexpensive, but the breakfast here was incredible. Our plan was to order a little bit so that we can get more food along the day, but the portions were ginormous. I stuck to this bean and cheese toast. After breakfast, we walked around, and of course, I found a panaderia that I needed to try. These pan dulces look so good, and I just got a cup of coffee and bread to go. So from breakfast, we made our way over to downtown because I wanted to show Gavin this beautiful post office. There's a lot of gems here in this downtown area that I remember my aunt taking me to when I first visited Mexico City when I was much younger. And I was just blown away with the history and how beautiful and detailed a lot of the buildings are. Of course, there were so many altars throughout these buildings that we had to see them all. But stepping into this functioning post office, it was just really cool to share this history with Gavin. From here, we walked over to Casa de los Azulejos, and I have the best memories with my aunt and my cousins in here. She took us into this restaurant, and I was just blown away with how beautiful and grand it felt. But the best part was going upstairs to the balconies and other rooms where you can have tea and buy souvenirs. But one of my favorite photos is from one of those balconies with all of us together. Then we made our way over to El Zócalo. Of course, you can't not see it when you're visiting Mexico City. This ginormous plaza holds so much history here, along with some of the biggest parties, especially during Independence Day. I remember visiting many years ago, and I was blown away with how many people come out to party. But it was just so beautiful to see all the decorations, the flowers, and the amount of people just really taking in how beautiful. At night, there was a lot of celebrations happening in here. We didn't go because of the traffic, and it was just going to be too much people and crowds, and I personally just wanted to avoid all of that. But visiting during the day is just as good. You have so many altars to see, beautiful decorations, a lot of people. It still feels very festive. We walked around some more and eventually made it to the Alameda Central Park area. I love this area because there's so many stands where you can buy food, snacks, drinks, and then just take it into the park and relax. And then from here you can go to the Palacio de Bellas Artes, and that's a really iconic building to take photos at. But we were only there for a moment because we wanted to head over to Mercado de Jamaica, and this is where you're going to see all of these beautiful flowers that you see throughout the city. Gavin had to grab his tacos, and the chef really liked him, so he made him some special tacos with French fries in them. Tacos complete. So what's the verdict?
Very good.
This market was buzzing, and I've never been to this market. The market itself is ginormous, but I definitely wanted to check out this flower section. And as photographers or content creators, this area is a must. I would say just be very mindful that people may not want their photo taken, may want you to buy something. Whatever the case may be, definitely just be mindful, respectful, and make sure to read nonverbal communication cues. But overall, definitely plan maybe a half of your day to come and visit this market, because the market itself is worth seeing, but definitely the flower section. Day 3, we flew from Mexico City to Oaxaca to celebrate Day of the Dead. We met up with some friends in Oaxaca, and honestly, it was an easy enough flight to Oaxaca. It was about an hour, and it was great. We spent the weekend there. We ate, drank, and celebrated. Highly recommend visiting if you're in Mexico City. Day 4, we arrived really early into Mexico City from Oaxaca, and we headed to my cousin's place, took a shower, freshened up, and then came to this cafe for breakfast. They are known for their Pop-Tart. I don't know what it is, but everyone's been raving about this Pop-Tart, so I wanted to try it. But they're also known for their chilaquiles. Both were really, really good. This Pop-Tart wasn't like a traditional American one. It was flaky, the jam was homemade. Highly recommend getting one, but the chilaquiles were bomb, and the coffee, everything about this place was well. What's the Gavin rating?
Real. Should I mix it up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because such a lot of butter.
We needed to walk off breakfast, and not too far away is Parque Mexico, and this park is absolutely beautiful. It is in an area where there's a lot of Americans living here. They kind of make Mexicans feel like they don't belong, which is really strange, but the park itself is absolutely beautiful, peaceful, and the shade really is nice during hot days. There's also a lot of dog walkers with cute dogs, and the architecture in this area is really beautiful. So I do recommend checking it out. Just be respectful, obviously, to the locals. And of course, no Mexico City trip is complete without visiting the iconic museum. I will flag that videos and photos are not allowed on professional gear. I did get in trouble when they saw my gimbal, but it's still worth the visit. From here, we made our way over to Cabanna, and this is our favorite mariscos place. My cousins and I love to come here, so I brought Gavin, and as you can see, it is absolutely delicious. We walked around some more because for dinner we wanted to go to this really popular taqueria. So we walked over to this mall, and I checked out Sephora because I needed to get a few things. But the taqueria is really popular on TikTok, and the line was semi-long. It wasn't too bad when we got there, but when we sat down, we turned around and the line was really long. But everything here is worth the hype. It's delicious. My cousins love it. And when locals love it, then you know it's really good. But the tacos, the horchata, everything was delicious. And then for our nightcap, we went to go watch the Dodger game. A perfect way to end a perfect day. For day 5, my cousin bought some tickets for us to ride on these hot air balloons that go over the sun and moon pyramid. I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous just because one, I've never been in a hot air balloon, let alone flying in the sky outside of an aircraft. So I was scared, but to see how big they were in person was a little reassuring. The lady there for the tour, she was incredible at just reassuring us how safe they are and all the safety precautions that each pilot takes. We woke up really early to get here. The drive itself from Mexico City, I think, was about an hour, but you need to check in and sign some waivers, and then they just go over the whole experience, the rules, and everything, just to keep us all safe. Something to keep in mind that I learned during this experience is that depending on visibility, weather, and heat, these air balloon experiences can cancel. So just keep that in mind when booking. I didn't know that these hot air balloons were solely dependent on air currents, so there's no way to guarantee that you're going to fly over the sun and moon pyramid. The pilot is only maneuvering up and down and is completely dependent on the wind. We were very lucky because our hot air balloon did get to fly straight through the pyramid, so we got a really cool view of the sun and moon pyramid, and I was just so thankful that it worked out in our favor. The landing experience was something I've never experienced before. Basically, these hot air balloons and the pilots, they are looking for a field or a safe place to land. And on the ground is a crew of men waiting for us to get closer, because what they'll do are grab the ropes and then guide us down. Now, obviously, there's a lot of weight. That's our crew there just watching us, and they're driving around following us everywhere. We did hit a tree slightly. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but we made it, and we popped champagne to celebrate a safe landing. This pilot of ours was incredible. He kept us safe, kept us informed, and he made a lot of us that were nervous feel reassured. Spontaneously, we decided to drive to San Miguel de Allende. I have the best memories here with my cousins, and so we wanted to bring Gavin here to show him around, get some food, and just enjoy our last day in Mexico. San Miguel de Allende is beautiful 24/7, but to be here in early November for Day of the Dead, just to see all the flowers and the decor, it was perfect. We just spent our time walking around, reminiscing on our past trips here. But there's a hotel here that we love the most because of the drinks, atmosphere, and the live music. When I visit Mexico City, or any part of Mexico really, it reminds me a lot of San Francisco in the sense that you really don't know where the day is going to take you. For example, as we were leaving San Miguel de Allende to head back to Mexico City, there was a party in the plaza with mariachis, people from South America dancing and singing. We ended up spending another hour here just dancing, singing, and enjoying our last night in Mexico together. I highly recommend visiting Mexico City and doing a day trip or even a weekend trip to San Miguel de Allende. Mexico is a beautiful country, and Mexico City is an amazing capital. I highly recommend it. Obviously, be safe no matter where you go. Keep an eye out for your surroundings and always trust your instincts. I hope this vlog helps you decide where and when you want to go to Mexico City. I love Mexico City, not just because it's where I'm from, but it truly is a magical place. If you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, give this a like, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, please enjoy one of my favorite songs.